right? We could self-differentiate, we could break these roles, we could break this character, we could break this, you feel me? And we can get our own narrative and create our own story for ourselves, right? We can end up on a positive note, right? Regardless of where we're coming from. And like I said, this is a mindset thing. So like I said, as we grow in regards to our experiences, our needs, and our identity evolves. We change, right? Some of us, when we look at ourselves a couple of years ago, right, are angry, the bitterness, you know what I mean? And then we realize we got to heal. We got right. We had a positive people. We got ourselves into around positive folks, right? Like I said, we invested into ourselves. We invested into the self-love, right? We didn't just, you feel me, get the haircuts and just, you know, the fabricated stuff. No, don't get twisted, but we did actual things and we made the investment amongst what? Ourselves, right? So once again, like I said, holding on to what no longer aligns to you, right, can create internal tension and prevent continued growth, right? So some people also too, like I said, in your dynamic that you're hanging around with could be hindering, right, your growth based off of you hanging around with them, right? So I really want us to understand, let's develop some more, you feel me, self-awareness and this consciousness so we understand what's going on around us, right? Because change, like I said, is not just the external, what's going on around you, what you're seeing, it's internal. We have to do the internal work, right? And understanding ourselves on a deeper note to be able to facilitate parts, to be able to navigate towards that change to help our wellness, right? So in regards to some practical reframe, giving yourself that permission, right? Like I said, this is your life, you feel me? Ain't nobody going, you feel me, pour into you feel me, know you more than you. Like, you feel me? Like, you got to do what's going to be beneficial for you, right? So I'm here to motivate, I'm here to give you that encouragement, give you the knowledge, right? But like I said, you got to be able to be the one to take action, right? So you're allowed to, like I said, outgrow the old version of yourself and build, you know what I mean, yourself up to the person that you want to be, right? You're allowed to outgrow, be people-pleasing, the perfectionism, and even the consistent, you know, self-doubt. We're able to outgrow the old mindset. We're able to leave these things behind, right? You're able to appreciate yourself and observe yourself, like I said, to be able to, like I said, get to the outcomes that you want yourself to, you know, to carry, right? So like I said, I really want us to take into consideration that we have to understand what's going to be beneficial for our alignment. Everybody is different. Everybody's culture is different. We all, you feel me? But like I said, on a positive note, what can we do to get ourselves back onto our track? Right? So let's sit with ourselves, let's pour into ourselves, but we gotta, like I said, we gotta take action, y'all. You know what I mean? So let me give you some examples. So outgrowing the need to seek everybody's approval. Like I said, we gotta stop seeking external validation. If you want to do something that's gonna be beneficial for your life, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta make it happen for you, right? It's not for you to sit here and keep comparing yourself to other people and worrying about what is someone gonna think about me doing this. Yeah, I feel like, let's do what's going to be beneficial for you. And I want to also say something too on the back end, is stop focusing on the dollars, stop focusing on the money, stop focusing on the salary. I know we want to be able to take care of ourselves, et cetera, and our family, et cetera, but don't get it twisted, you know what I mean? The money will come. But do something that's going to be facilitating your happiness, because when you have the happiness, you feel me, things around you become much better. The lifestyle that you have is much better.